Our temperatures, we're feeling a little bit more like fall today. At Lindbergh Field, we were spot on with the seasonal average, but in most other parts of the county, we were slightly below the seasonal average, and we're going to continue to see our temperatures coming down over the next couple of days. That due to this low pressure trough that's digging down the California coastline, but the moisture track has remained well to the north of us with snow in the higher elevations of the Pacific Northwest and some rainfall, very heavy rainfall over the weekend for areas like Seattle. We have a broad trough of low pressure bringing our temperatures down, giving us that onshore flow. That's why we are seeing that morning and nighttime fog, and that's actually going to continue.
We're going to go over to Brooke, who has a signal caller with her.
Definitely a recognizable face on ESPN. Troy Aikman is here joining me. Troy, you were here last year at the Derby and now here again. Tell me, what is it about horse racing that intrigues you so much?
Well, it's more my 14-year-old daughter. She's a real horse enthusiast.
Now, you're no stranger to big sporting events. Tell me, how does the hoopla and fanfare of this compare to something like that of a Super Bowl?
Oh, I think it's, it's right up there. I mean,
now, if you have a big win, is it going to go to your Troy Aikman Foundation?
Absolutely. Yes. That's, how did you know that?
I'm a big fan.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. We'll donate it to charity. Hopefully there's something to donate.
All right, well, that gives us good reason to root here for Troy. Having good luck here at the Derby. Back to you, Reese. 18 years ago, I woke up unable to move, completely paralyzed from the waist down, and that began an 18-year and counting battle.
Why did it take 7 years for the correct diagnosis?
The problem with Lyme disease is that there is no universal treatment or standard of care yet for this disease. In fact, there's not even a valid test. The blood test for Lyme disease is inaccurate 60% of the time. So for 7.5 years, I had a negative blood test.
What's happening with this high pressure? Clockwise rotation is causing compression. With compression, you get a drying out of the atmosphere. So we're certainly seeing that in our area. But we have some monsoonal moisture to the east and to the south. That's going to get dragged up. That, along with a coastal eddy on Monday night and into Tuesday, could actually bring us some precipitation a little bit later in the week. A coastal eddy, by the way, is when the winds are blowing in a parallel motion to the coastline, but over the land instead of over the water. This creates a twisting action and a very unsettled atmosphere. I wanted to explain to you how this happens. Basically, you get crosswinds, just like you do with a normal tornado. You get these crosswinds, they create a vortex, and with that you get a swirling, but this time in the case of fire. Keep in mind, in the center of a firenado, it can be up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, so extraordinarily dangerous. And we saw some of these in our county, as you're seeing right here, earlier this week.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm John Carroll.
And I'm Brooke Landau. We begin tonight with breaking news. Police activity forced the closure of the Coronado Bridge since 5:30 this afternoon.
Powerball, okay. But they didn't get the last one that we know of.
They can feel free to friend me on Facebook. Not a problem.
GoFundMe. Thanks for watching.
Remember the Las Vegas cabbie? This is a story. Remember he found $300,000 in the back of a cab and returned it? Well, he's being rewarded for his honesty.
The nice part about that is he doesn't have to, it's tax-free.
Still would have negotiated.
Which is nice. You would have negotiated.
Yeah, you know me.
I got myself a football here. We know I'm pretty accident prone. We're going to see if I can actually throw it to my friend John here. Courtney, remember what happened at Petco last time?
I do, Brooke. I do very much.
We're going to see if I can do this without hitting a barbecue.
The key is spiral, Brooke.
I have a pretty tight spiral, I think.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see it.
Here we go. Not so far, John. Ready?
Hey,
not bad. Yeah.
So let me guess.
You know what that means? Chargers are going to win. Yeah.
The end of summer and beginning of fall means it's time to do all sorts of things to get ready for winter. We do some cleaning, we pull out the coats and sweaters, and some of us get a flu shot. So get the jab whenever you can. Now keep in mind that recommendation is not consistent across all cases. Dr. Devaney tells me the sad reality is that a large percentage of these children won't survive the time it takes to find a suitable donor. But for many, it could mean a healthy, long life. This is a very exciting time for San Diego.
Do you ever go eat a meal by yourself?
I've done that, but I don't want to go to a movie alone.
Right.
I just feel like if I do that, then it's all over.
People are going to just stare and say, she has lots of cats.
Yeah, but I don't, but I don't mind eating alone. This will all push down into San Diego County. We will get the rainfall on Thursday. It is most likely we will get more on Friday. hitting parts of the South, the Mid-Atlantic area, and especially for tomorrow, the Great Lakes region. So we're talking about spots like Chicago, Cleveland, and also Syracuse. Summer's just around the corner. Why not get some sizzling deals on hot spots for the whole family? This savvy world traveler is just the person to help. Welcome, Rudy Maxa. Good morning.
I had a bad experience on a horse. Did you get thrown off?
Something you want to talk about?
Let's just leave it at that. No. You know what? I'm Romanian, and so I went to Romania to see where my family was from, and I rode one of those Lipizan horses.
Oh, the big horses.
Yeah, and those are the dancing horses, and apparently my great-grandfather used to train them. So I got on one, and the guy just let the reins go, and the thing got up on its hind legs and started dancing. I'm grabbing around the neck, hanging off the side of the horse, and I don't really have much interest.
Story.
No more interest in riding.
I didn't see that coming.
You had no idea when you asked that question.
Ask about horses. Next thing you know, she's riding a Lipizan or stallion.
We're going to drop out here or something.
No,
Am I going to wet myself?
Just watch this. Watch him. Just see what he's going to do. See, here he comes. You see, you got to watch out. It's the hunter's lodge. This is what happens.
Poor Brooke. I hope that was water. Was it?
No, it's guts.
It's what? It's guts?
Guts.
It's guts.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I'm getting out of here.
Very slow go on that 94 into downtown. You'll probably want to take the 8 as an alternate westbound to the 163 south or the 5.
Raise your hand if you don't use soap. You don't wash your hands.
You know me, I've got like a bottle of Purell around every corner. So.
Oh, wait.
Ooh, you're caught.
Hi, Brooke. Hi. How are you?
1 weeks for this, Ruben.
2, 3,
Go,
go.
Brooke.
Let's go.
Come on now.
Come on, dude. All right. Oh,
All the way
you better
in,
step
Brooke.
it up, Brooke. Oh my goodness. Come on,
She's a
Dana.
brave woman to do this on
look
live
at-
TV.
Those girls are beating Brooke.
The girls are really.
Brooke, a little faster, honey.
Well,
a little
dude, this
faster.
is going to be a timed event. After a few
Get in
minutes,
there.
whoever's eating the most will
Get
win.
in there.
Connor's in control now. Blow it hard. Yeah, he's coming back with me. It's a lot of power, Connor, isn't it? All right, we're wrapping things up here at Swim 24 Challenge at UCSD. Yeah, you know how to swim. What strokes can you do?
I can do all the strokes.
All the strokes, and he's got all the power. All right, such an important event. Be here. You're going to teach another kid how to swim now that you know how to swim?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Give me a high five, dude. Good job. All right.
Sometimes these choices that we have to make on an insurance form, especially when we're talking about Medi-Cal and Medicare, they're not as obvious as we would like them to be. There's a myth out there where we think, well, anything over 30 isn't going to help me anyway, or if I put something like a 50 on my baby or on a child, it's not. So how high should you go?
So that's a really good question. In that process, a lot of times doctors suggested to you it was all in your head.
Yeah, and you know, that's not unusual in the Lyme community. There are hundreds of thousands of people with this disease. Thousands of them email me, and they've, you know, my story is horrifying, but they've had it upwards of 15, 20, 25 years, and they're told that it's all in their heads and they're crazy. And we're talking about some of the, you know, most major medical facilities in this country saying that.
A beating heart, something most of us can count on every day. But that's not the case for baby Jennifer and her mother.
I want her to be a healthy baby and to be happy and knowing that she's going to be here.
A simple wish every parent can understand. But Raquel Foy faces a challenge most of us will never face. Her 6-month-old baby needs a new heart.
I can't imagine what's going on in my head.
Jennifer Pimentel seemed like a healthy baby at first, but everything changed a few months later when she developed trouble breathing. Her mother took her to the pediatrician.
I kept taking her in, and they just said, oh, it's just a cough. So I was upset because they just sent me back home again, and I took her back again.
Ultimately, a trip to Rady Children's Hospital gave Raquel the answer she needed but didn't want to hear. Pediatric transplant cardiologist Dr. Rakesh Singh explains the terrifying reality.
The only way that she can live a long, healthy life is if she undergoes a heart transplantation.
Jennifer was diagnosed with dilated cardiomyopathy, which means she has a severe heart muscle weakness and enlarged heart. Currently, UCLA is the nearest hospital equipped to do pediatric heart transplants, so Raquel had to make an agonizing decision. Relocate to Los Angeles and wait for a heart there, or wait for the technology to arrive here in San Diego.
Mad and frustrated. I didn't know what to do.
It's very expensive for these families, especially families that don't make a lot of money. It's very difficult emotionally for them to be separate from their families and other children.
In order to make these surgeries possible in San Diego, Rady Children's Hospital did a nationwide search for a top-notch medical team.
The reason I came to Rady Children's Hospital was to help start their new heart transplant program.
With that, and a newly dedicated cardiovascular ICU, San Diego will soon be on the map for these groundbreaking procedures.
We expect that once we're up and running, we could be doing as many as 10 heart transplant in children a year, and thus really sort of increasing the visibility of the hospital and providing a great service for the community.
In the meantime, Raquel and healthy 5-year-old daughter Janelli wait and hope. They're living at the Ronald McDonald House, a luxury they wouldn't have at UCLA. Here they receive 3 meals a day, a place to stay, and even schooling for Janelli, while Jennifer waits for a heart.
Jennifer's doing very well, but what we know about this disease is that it gets worse over time until they unfortunately pass away.
Clock is ticking, while her heart does too.
I usually cry because it's hard just to think about what I'm going through. Yeah, it's a hard process.
Rady Children's Hospital is trying to make this process easier. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the facility where these surgeries will take place and talk with the doctor who will do the very first pediatric transplant surgery in San Diego. Jennifer just might be first.
I want them to understand, my friends to understand, and family members, what I'm really going through. And it's really hard to explain it over and over.
Raquel Foy is talking about her 6-month-old daughter, a seemingly healthy child until just a few months ago.
Out of a cough, you realize she has something worse than that.
Much worse. In fact, a life-threatening condition.
She was 3 months when we found out that she had an enlarged heart here at Rady's.
Baby Jennifer needs a new heart. Until recently, the only option available was UCLA. But Rady Children's Hospital plans to change that with the addition of a world-class transplant surgeon and facility.
Before I came to Rady, the program was already well established in terms of performing complex open heart surgical repairs for patients with all forms of heart defects, with the single exception of heart transplantation. And so my goal was to sort of add to that expertise.
And for children like Jennifer, this is quite literally a chance at life.
Jennifer is in severe heart failure. See it or feel the pounding and pulsations of her chest wall.
But Jennifer, like other children, must wait for a surgery she so desperately needs right now.
We need additional equipment. Specifically, we need artificial heart pumps. In addition, we needed infrastructure in the hospital, including a cardiovascular intensive care unit.
Fortunately, these needs have been met through donations from very generous San Diegans.
Our patients will undergo the heart transplant procedure in this room.
A room where Jennifer's life could be saved.
This is Jennifer's chest x-ray here. And so, what we see is the outline of the heart. And what's really dramatic for us when we look at this is that our heart size is really much larger than normal.
For Jennifer to have a fighting chance, she'll need a donation of another kind.
It's a difficult situation. And it's a very odd situation where, in order to have a successful outcome for Jennifer, we have to rely upon an incredible tragedy in someone else's family.
Raquel tells me this breaks her heart too, but she'll be grateful for the precious gift.
It is very helpful for whoever donates, and respectful, and very kind. And if you guys can donate, then it's wonderful. The best thing anybody can do.
Meanwhile, the team is ready to do something never done before in San Diego.
I'm very proud to represent the hospital, and I'm really looking forward to doing our first operation. And I think everyone's going to be very, very excited, and I can hardly wait.
Dr. Devaney tells me the sad reality is that a large percentage of these children won't survive the time it takes to find a suitable donor. But for many, it could mean a healthy, long life. This is a very exciting time for San Diego. Dr. Devaney says they should be ready for the first surgery this summer. If you would like to learn more about organ donation, you can go to donatelifecalifornia.org. Brooke Landau, San Diego 6 News.